Hey guys, so today we're going to move our nervous system into a rest and digest state through 10 minutes roughly of really gentle and easy exercises and yoga. To begin with, we are going to place one hand on the chest and place one hand on the belly and take a really big inhale. Really gently and slowly exhale. Can you feel something shifting already? That's good. So we'll begin coming down to the floor, and we're going to place our feet on the floor, nice and wide. Place the hands behind us. Very gently, we're just going to begin to knock the knees left to right, windscreen wiping the legs. By doing this, we're inviting a little bit of gentle movement into the hips. The hips are where we so often store anxiety or any trauma, so it's really good flossing out the hips here. Nice. And come to stillness, placing the feet back on the floor, scoot the bum forwards, and we come down to lie on our backs. Hug the knees into the chest, and then very gently I want you to pick up the back of the head, double tuck the chin, and then place the head back on the floor to make sure the back of the neck is nice and long. Then take the hands back to the knees and we just begin to rock side to side. Massage the lower back. Really well done. Just a couple more moments here. But I'm going to extend the left leg long against the floor. Keep the right knee tucked into the chest. Place that left hand on the left thigh that's on the floor. And with the right hand, we're going to gently move the right knee out to the side. And then begin gently moving that knee up and down. Really good. We then come to stillness. Inhale. And then as you begin to exhale, hold that right knee with the left hand. Pull it all across the body and open out into your twist. Maybe looking over at the right hand side. Begin to notice where your breath is in this moment. If it feels laboured, feels easy, no right and wrong. Just begin to notice. One more big deep breath here. And as you exhale, hugging both knees back into the chest. Little wiggle side to side, really well done. We'll then move on to the other side, so this time extend the right leg long against the mat, hugging that left knee to the chest. Make sure the chin is still tucked, so the back of the neck is nice and long. We're then going to place the right hand on the right thigh and use the left hand to open out that left thigh to the side and then begin to move that knee up and down. Really soft. Notice that big stretch in the left inner groin. Really well done. We take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, we use the right hand to touch the left knee and drag it across the body, opening out into our twist on the other side, maybe looking over towards the left. Left hand and arm is extended. And again, we just begin to come back to our breathing. Notice maybe of what part of the body you can feel it, and maybe the top of the chest. Really, really well done. Inhale. And as we exhale, we come back to hug both knees into the chest. And again, wiggle side to side. Good. Maybe just begin to notice here if anything has shifted. Just in a couple of minutes. Good. We're going to place both feet on the floor now. And we're going to pick up the left foot and place the left foot on top of the opposite knee. You might like to stay here and begin to push that left knee forwards, feeling a stretch in the hip maybe. Alternatively, you can also begin to pick up that right foot and use your hands to hold either on front of the knee, or you can hold on the back of the knee, whichever feels more comfortable. And you're going to be using that left elbow to push into that left inner knee or inner thigh. Maybe you begin to feel that stretch in the hip around here. Really good. Maybe you wiggle side to side. And again, you're just beginning to notice how this feels. Never doing anything painful. Good. Begin to circle that right ankle. One direction and the other. Good. Wiggle side to side. Now figure 8 position. Good. Come to stillness. Inhale. Exhale. Placing that right knee back on the floor. Placing that left knee back on the floor. Bring those feet nice and wide, and we'll begin to windscreen wipe the legs again. This time in a supine position on our backs. Maybe placing the hands on the belly. Maybe close the eyes if that feels good. Whatever you like. Great, and we'll move on to the other side now, so coming to stillness. And this time we bring the right foot up, place it on the left knee. Really well done. You might like to stay here and begin to move that right knee forwards and backwards, pushing the ankle into the left knee. Alternatively, if you did it on the other side, you might like to pick up that left foot, and again, either holding the top of the knee or underneath the knee, whichever feels best for you. No right or wrong, mainly just depends how your body was made. And again, you're looking to push that right elbow into the inside of the right knee or the right thigh. And then taking that wiggle side to side. Really, really well done. And then begin to circle that left ankle in one direction. Excellent. And then the other. Good. Come to stillness and come back to your wiggle, left to right. Notice that feeling in the right hip. Good. Again, come to stillness. Inhale. And exhale, placing that left knee back on the floor, followed by the right. Bring those feet nice and wide, and again, we windscreen wipe the knees. Really well done. Notice how your hips feel. Really good. We're then going to bring the knees back into the chest. Just really softly begin to roll up and down the spine. Doing really well today. And then we come back to a seated position. Find any comfortable position here. Good. We're going to just begin to circle the arms wide and up to the sky, and then pull them down in a prayer position. And then we begin to marry our breathing with our movement. So as we inhale, we take the arms wide and overhead. And as we exhale, we pull the hands down. Inhale, wide and overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down. Good. Taking the movement as slowly or as fast as you like. So you're marrying that movement and the breathing together. Good. One more time, wide and overhead. Exhale, pull the hands down to the floor. Good. We're then going to bring one foot out in front, roll onto that same hip, and then move the opposite one behind. So it doesn't matter how they look, but roughly one of your knees, in this case it's my right, is out in front of me at a right angle, and my left is behind me roughly at a right angle. We push the hands into the floor and the chest is nice and broad. Really good. And then we begin to roll backwards onto the bum. And we, again, moving into that windscreen wiping motion with the knees. And again, leaning back into the hands. Really bringing some nice movement into the hips. I'm just moving so you can see this from a different angle. So leaning back into the hands. It doesn't matter if the feet move or if the legs move. Just getting that nice stretch in the hips. You might like to close down the eyes, you might like to keep them open. You might like to begin to marry the breath with the movement again. So exhale as the knees touch the floor. Inhale as they rise. Exhale as the knees touch the floor. Inhale as they rise. Really well done. We then come back to a seated position. We'll take a few breaths together as we begin to close down our practice. Again, placing one hand on the chest and one on the belly. And inhale. Exhale by blowing air through a small hole in the lips, like you're blowing out a candle. Inhale. Exhale through your lips. Inhale. Nice and long in that exhale. One more time together. Inhale. And exhale. Well done, you've done so well today, and thank you for being here. I hope something's shifted.